top romance anime where the couple actually end up together.
頑張れ。
誰か。
仮作らしちゃったぞ。
Arakawa Under the Bridge is an underrated gem of a series from the acclaimed studio Shaft. The series follows Ko Ichinomiya, a young and energetic businessman who's proud of his elite status and vows to never be indebted to anyone. However, after he falls off the Arakawa Bridge, he's saved by a mysterious girl named Nino. Now, owing his life to her, Ko is determined to pay her back somehow. But when Ko asks Nino what she wants from him, her only wish is to experience love. Left with few options, Ko accepts this deal and begrudgingly becomes her boyfriend, leaving behind his lavish lifestyle to live among the strange community of bridge dwellers. A unique tale of opposite attract, Arakawa Under the Bridge sees love blossom between two people from completely different walks of life. O Maidens in Your Savage Season explores several different storylines of teenage girls in a high school literary club. These characters struggle with the awkwardness of relationships and sex. One of its standout stories that elevate the anime's ending features the club's most rigid, sex-averse character starting a relationship with one of her classmates. O Maidens in Your Savage Season really loves to focus on the brutal honesty and admittedly odd customs concerning sex and love. The narrative relies on the platform of a high school romance to shed an interesting light on what that particular subculture looks like in Japan. Thus, the series not only features many romantic couples throughout, but it also realistically depicts the awkwardness of romance and intimacy at such an impressionable age. Todora has left an impression among the anime community as one of the few romance series to actually reach a satisfying conclusion. The series begins when Ryuji Takasu and Isaka Taiga join forces to try and help each other woo their respective crushes. After a long period of trials and tribulations, love triangles, and the inevitable betrayal, the two wind up falling for each other instead. Thus, Ryuji eventually confesses his feelings to the tiny Tsundra, and the two start a relationship. The pair would soon elope together in a cathartic resolution for fans. The title Toradora is derived from a playful blend of the Japanese word for tiger and the Japanese pronunciation of the English word dragon. This aligns with the protagonists' names, Taiga, for the Japanese pronunciation of the English word tiger, while the Ryu in Ryuji refers to the Japanese word for dragon, further demonstrating the strength of their relationship.
ひろたか？
なるみ。
中学校以来だよね。久しぶり。後で一緒に食事でもどう？
あ、なるみ。今度の夏コミは参加すんの？
Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otaku has been acclaimed for throwing the koi runaround of a shoujo romance out the window of its first episode. Narumi Mamos is sick and tired of having to hide her otaku nature from her previous boyfriends. However, her childhood friend and co-worker, Hirotaka, offers a simple and elegant solution. Start dating him. The two embark on the bizarre and complicated journey that is otaku love, as they struggle to bring their previous friendship to a full-on romance and still find a unique comfort in one another. For the gamers and manga readers out there trying to figure out how to make it work, Wotakoi may be a worthwhile watch as a terrific romance anime where they get together as fellow geeks.
誰しも他人には見せない一面があるはずだ。
携帯落ちましたよ。
ありがとう。
個性も真逆。喋ったこともなかったクラスメート。
Horimiya is one of the few shonen series with a refreshingly realistic look at how relationships work among teenagers. Izumi Miyamura and Kyuko Hori are polar opposites who would never speak under normal circumstances. Or that's what the series makes the viewer believe until they happen to run into each other outside of school. When they get to know each other, Izumi and Kyuko realize they get along quite well and become fast friends. They gradually develop a genuine connection, become a couple, and even clear up misunderstandings through communication. For fans of both slow burn romances and authentic characters, this is the anime to watch.
私たちは
他人には見せない時間の
共有者になった。ホリミヤ。
隣の席のアハレンさんとは 距離を感じる。俺、嫌われてるのかな。何か言ってる？え？
Heron-san is Indecipherable is a short but sweet romance anime that has a basic premise by any standard, but is still highly entertaining thanks to its clever presentation and writing. This anime shows what happens when two calm, friendly kaderis slowly fall in love in high school. The series begins as Matsuboshi Reito and his desk neighbor, Reina Aharon, strike up a friendship together. However, this newfound duo must overcome many social challenges due to Reina's awkwardness and inability to read many situations. This is a dating anime where dating is actually fun and is all about sharing common interests, not just obligatory trips to the aquarium or movie theater. Reina and Reito spend quality time together bonding over food, arcade games, and even freestyle rap, building their wholesome love life on a highly respectful friendship. It's nothing but rewarding watching these two go from support friends to something more throughout the series run.
アハレンさん、本当に測れない人だ。
ありがとう。
アハレンさんは測れない。
相馬家には他にも十二支のもののけに疲れてる者がいる。もう何百年も昔からね。
発見です。お家が建っていました。
The original Fruits Basket manga, by author Natsuki Takaya, is a landmark series in the shoujo demographic that got a short 2001 anime to satisfy fans. However, that anime never properly finished the story, so anime fans had to wait until the 2019 reboot Fruits Basket series arrived to conclude Toru Honda's love story. The 2019 Fruits Basket anime is shoujo romance at its peak, and not just because it's a high-quality romance anime where they get together in the end. Toru gets her happily ever after, but she also makes sure everyone else in the reclusive, cursed Soma family also gets their happy ending, even if it's a scary and painful process at times. Nevertheless, it makes for one of the most satisfying conclusions in anime history.
これが今日の本当の姿なの？
俺の仕事は5人の家庭教師だ。お前たちには5人揃って笑顔で卒業してもらう。
One of the very first scenes of the quintessential quintuplets establishes this as a romance anime where they get together at the end, but the anime doesn't spoil who it is until the end. Protagonist Futaro Yusuji will definitely marry one of the 5 identical Nakano sisters, and fans will spend the rest of the anime waiting to see which it is. A refreshing take on the classic harem, the series follows Futaro as his life is turned upside down by the adorable Nakano sisters. Futaro was asked to tutor the Nakano quintuplets to get their grades up, a classic setup for a surprisingly wholesome harem romance. Ichika, Nino, Miku, Yatsuba, and Itsuki weren't too keen to study with Futaro at first, but then they embraced it and learned to love him for supporting them so much despite all the challenges they faced together.
玉大学とかいう大学に通う理系大学院生氷室あやめはある日同じ研究室の雪村信也に告白したくま。当然好きなんて普通フィーリングくま。
Science Fell in Love takes place at Saitama University, where 2 grad students are determined to use the power of science to determine if their mutual attraction is real, quantifiable love, or just their imagination. The beautiful and kind Ayumi Himuro and the cool, aloof Kaderi Shinya Yukimura have no prior experience with romance, but they do have a firm grasp of the scientific method. So, when the two begin to experience romantic feelings for each other, they begin conducting a series of experiments to try to understand love. Ayumi and Shinya are amusingly dense as they try to measure true love, much to their mutual friends' exasperation, but it's still a wonderful romantic journey that they both enjoy. Best of all, Ayumi and Shinya will indeed start dating for real, making this a fine romance anime where they get together and make it stick.
頭のネジがテイクオフした個性的すぎる理系たちが恋を証明する笑いありキュンキュンありの理系ラブコメディクマ。絶対見るねクマ。
アイリーン・ローレン・ドートリッシュ。君との婚約は破棄させてもらう。
人間が僕に何の用だ。
私と結婚していただきたい
I'm the villainess, so I'm Taming the Final Boss is a romance anime where they get together in a big way, but not after overcoming some overwhelming challenges along the way. Protagonist Aileen Lauren Diotriche was reborn in an Otome game as the villainess, and Prince Cedric just rejected her. So, Aileen will rush into the arms of the misunderstood Demon King instead, hoping to save herself from a horrific end. Aileen and Demon King Claude are a true power couple, but they still have to fight the whole world to be together and survive. Worst of all, Lilia Rainworth is far more than she seems to be, and her cruel games will threaten to keep Aileen and Claude apart long before they have a chance to marry. A thrilling tale of love and survival, I'm the Villainess is one of the most popular reborn as a villainous anime series so far.
君は僕が好きなのか？
いいえ、悪役令嬢なのでラスボスを飼ってみました。